so long. We've been waiting for this time to begin. We ain't getting any older. I kind of feel a little.
Hello all, welcome to Easy Crochet. Today we are going to crochet this beautiful cardigan. It can also be used as a top. So this is an XL size cardigan. Okay, I'm going to show you step by step how to do this cardigan. So in this cardigan, the front panel I used braided or wheat pattern, and for the back panel and sleeves it's half double crochet throughout. Okay, and for the neckline and for the bottom of the tops and for the sleeve ending I have done the ribbing. Okay, so let me show you what are the materials we need to make this top. Okay, this is an XL size top, and it consumed around 550 grams of yarn, acrylic yarn. I used acrylic yarn. Okay, so let me show you without any waiting how to do this beautiful top. So to make this top we need about 500 to 600 grams of yarn. I'm making the size XL, so I need 500 to 600 grams of yarn for that. I'm using this color with recommended hook size 4.5 mm, and this is acrylic yarn, and we need scissors, a couple of stitch markers and measuring tape. Okay, so before starting, let me tell you how I am going to make this top. I am going to make the front and back panel separately, and then I am going to make the sleeves, and later on I'll sew them together and I'll conclude it with the ribbing. This is how I am going to make. Since I am going to make XL size sweater, above in the image you can see these are the measurements given to me by the client. Okay, so I am going to make the sweater based on these measurements. First I am going to start with the front panel. Okay, so for the front panel we have to take two sizes into account, that is the bust size and the top length. Okay, for both the front and back panel we need to consider the bust size and the top length. Okay, here the bust size is 42, so I'm going to divide it by 2, which will be 21. Since we are doing in separate panels, the front panel will be 21 inches wide and the back panel will be 21 inches wide, and the top length the customer asked me for 22 inches. So here let us do one simple calculation. I am going to make a round neck top. Okay, for the round neck top, since I am doing the front panel first, the customer asked for 4 inches deep neck. Okay, so I am going to subtract 4 inches from the total top length, which is going to be 22 minus 4, which is going to be 18. Okay, and also I am going to add ribbing in the end, so for that I am subtracting 1 more inch, so 18 minus 1, which will be 17 inch. So the front panel which I am going to make is going to be 21 inches wide, which is the bust size divided in half, and the length is going to be 17 inches. Okay, 1 inch for ribbing and the remaining 4 inches is for the deep round neck. So this is how I am going to construct the front panel, and for the front panel I am going to use wheat stitch or the braided pattern, and for the back panel and the sleeves I am going to use half double crochet. So let's start by making the front panel. Okay, so start with the front panel. So before making the front panel, let me make the gauge swatch in order to get the accurate measurements. Okay, so I'm starting with the front panel, and gauge swatch, as I mentioned in my previous video, we have to do a minimum of 10 rows to get the exact measurements. Okay, so here I am going to chain 20 and I am going to do 10 rows, and I'll show you how to measure and get the correct size. Okay, so let us start. Okay, so now let us chain 21 because we always skip the first stitch, right? So let me chain 21. I made a slip knot. I'm going to chain 21, 2, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I have chained 21. Now to get the braided pattern, I am going to repeat 6 row. It is a 6 row repeat. Okay, so that is the first 6 rows will make in a certain pattern, and we are going to repeat that again and again until we achieve the desired length. So let me show you how to do the first 6 rows, and it is going to be a repetition. Okay, so for the first row I am going to make the first row. So this I am going to start with the single crochet. Okay, I am going to do single crochet all along. Let me meet you at the end of row 1. Okay, the row 1 is now complete, so I have done single crochet all across. Now for the row 2 we are going to chain 1 and chain 1, turn your work, and now we are going to do single crochet in the back loop. Okay, so the one facing us is the front loop and this is the back loop. Okay, so we are going to do single crochet all across in the back loop for row 2, and for row 3 and 4 also we are going to repeat the same. We are going to do single crochet in the back loop. So from this row 1, 2, 3 and 4 is going to be single crochet all across in the back loop. Okay, so I will complete row 4 and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, I am now at the end of row 4. Okay, so here we are, the 4 rows are completed. It's nothing but single crochet in the back loop of every chain. Okay, now we come to the braided part. So starting row 5 we are going to chain 1, turn our work. Okay, and now we are going to make single crochet in the first chain. Okay, and we are going to skip the next chain and we are going to do one more single crochet in the third chain. Okay, and now comes the crucial part. We are going to do yarn over, and we are going to insert the hook into the skipped chain. Okay, I am going to insert and pull through. Now I have 3 loops on the hook. Again yarn over, insert, pull through. I am going to have 5 chains on 5 loops on the hook. Again yarn over, pull through, and now I am going to have 7 loops on the hook. Okay, we are going to stop here, and now I am going to make a single crochet by pulling the yarn so that I have 2 loops on the hook. Okay, again I am going to do a single crochet. Okay, now we have done one that is the half portion of the braid we have completed. Okay, and now again we are going to repeat the same. We are going to skip this skip the next stitch, and we are going to do a single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, and then we are going to make this half braid stitch in the skipped stitch. Okay, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. That is, we are doing this thrice, so we have 7 loops on the hook. Okay, and now we are going to pull through so that we have 2 loops on the hook, and again we are going to make a single crochet, and in the next step we are going to skip the next immediate stitch and we are going to make the single crochet in the other stitch, and then we are going to make this half braid pattern in the skipped stitch. Okay, yarn over, pull through thrice, yarn over, pull through thrice, and we are going to do this. So this we are going to repeat until the end of the chain. Okay, and let me meet you at the end of the chain. End of row 5 I am making the last half braid here in the skipped stitch. Yarn over, pull through thrice, and I am having 7 loops on the hook, and I am making it as 2, and 2 I am making it as 1, and I am ending it with single crochet in the last chain. Okay, so our row 5 is now completed, where we have created this diagonal half braids here. Okay, so for first row 4 rows is single crochet in back loop. In 5th row we have done this half braid. For the 6th row, what I am going to do is again chain 1, turn your work, and we are going to repeat the same. We are going to repeat the 5th row here. Okay, I am going to do single crochet in the first chain, and I am going to skip the next immediate chain. I am going to do a single crochet again in the 3rd chain, and now I am going to do this diagonal puff stitch or half braid in the skipped chain. Okay, yarn over, pull through thrice in the missed chain, and we have 7 loops on the hook. Now we are going to make this 7 as 2 and 2 as 1. So when we do this, the braid will fall like this diagonally, and it will create a wheat look of a wheat, or it can also be called as the braided pattern. Okay, this we are going to repeat all across. We are going to repeat all across. So to create the swatch, I have made 20 foundation chains, and I am going to create 10 rows. Okay, first 4 rows it's going to be single crochet in the back loop, and the 5th and 6th row we are going to repeat this puff stitch or the braided stitch. Okay, so in the as I showed here, so I have already made a gate swatch here. Let me show you. Okay, this is the gate swatch I made. Okay, so this is almost 20 foundation chains, and this is almost 12 rows because we are making in 6 rows, right? 6 and 6, which is 12 rows. Okay, so my swatch measures about 4 inches wide and 5 inches in length. Okay, I need to get 17 inches as top length and 21 inches wide. So we can measure the width as we do the crochet, right? We are going to work like this, so we can easily measure it when we are working through the project. But regarding the length, we need to calculate how many foundation chain we have to make for the front panel. So the length is 5 inches, right? So for this swatch I have made 20 foundation chains, so I need 17 inches of length. So just do a simple math here. For 5 inches of height, the number of chains done is 20. So for 17 inches, how much I should do? So when you do that, it will come around 70 chains. Okay, 70 chains. So I'm going to start my front panel with 70 foundation chains. I'm going to chain one extra, so it's going to be 71, because we will always skip the first chain. Okay, so hope you understood that calculation. Okay, so this is how I am going to start the front panel. Okay, always do a gate swatch before starting to get the accurate measurements. And for the back, going to start the front panel with 70 foundation chains, and I'm going to work for 17 inches of length. Okay, neckline will do it later after completing the back panel. And for the back panel, I have already made the swatch ready because it's going to be half double crochet all across. So I made it with 20 foundation chains and 10 rows. Let me show you that. So this is the swatch I made, and let me measure and show it to you. So it's almost 5.7 inches wide and almost 3.8 inches in length. Okay, so since you can see the half double crochet tutorial in my previous videos, I have attached the link in my description as well. So this is the half double crochet swatch. This also has 20 foundation chains and 10 rows repetition. Okay, so because the foundation chain for the front and back panel will differ, because we are using 2 different patterns. For the sleeves and back panel, I'm using this half double crochet. For the sleeves also this swatch is enough, but for the front panel we are using this braided pattern. Okay, so that's why the stitch will differ. So let me measure this. We know already we need 21 inches of width, right, for the based on the bust size. So for 20 foundation chains we are getting 5.7 inches of wide. Okay, so to get 21 inches, how many foundation chains we should make? So we are going to divide 21 by 5.7 into 20. Okay, so the answer will be close to 73.8. so approximately we can take 74 as the stitch count here, and additionally I am making 2 more chains. Okay, 76. So totally for the back panel I am going to start by making 76 foundation chains, and I am going to do half double crochet throughout until I reach 21 inch of length. Okay, so that is how I am going to work. So I'll meet you after making the front and back panels. Okay, so here we are. I have completed the front panel and the back panel as well, along with the neckline. Okay, so for the front panel, as I told earlier, it's U-neck, right? So for the front panel I have given 4 inches of depth for the U-neck, and for the back panel I didn't use much deeper cut here. Okay, so our front panel and back panels are ready, and my sleeves are ready as well. Okay, so this is incomplete, so we have to sew them all in order to get the proper shape for the top. Okay, so before sewing everything, so if you want any detailed description or any detailed separate video about how I did this neckline, you post it in the comment, and I'll do that and post in the next video. Okay, so this is how the parts are done, and now we have to sew them together. Please take a look at the image I am showing now. Okay, so this is how I am going to assemble the top here. Okay, first I am going to sew this. Okay, sew this neckline part. Okay, both the ends I am going to sew, and then I am going to keep the sleeve to attach the armhole. Okay, so to attach the armhole, so it can't be covered fully here in the video. Let me show you. Hope you are able to see. Okay, so let me show you one example. The armhole size I am going to do. Okay, the armhole size I am going to do is 17.5 inches. So which we divide it in half. So that will be 8.75 inches. So around close to 8.70 we can take. Okay, so I have to measure 8.70 in this front panel and 8.70 in this back panel. Okay, that is how I am going to do the sleeve. Okay, so let me take the tape and show it to you. So this is a front panel. Okay, so this is a front panel, and here it's almost 8.7. Okay, this part. So here I am going to mark it with the stitch marker here. Okay, so we are going to take the same measurement for the back panel as well. Okay, so let's just keep it aside, and here we are. Okay, so same for the back panel, we are going to take 8.7 inches. Okay, so it's going to be somewhere around here. So this is how we are going to mark the armhole part. Okay, so what we'll do is, okay, this is the armhole part. So first we'll do this neckline, we'll sew this together. Okay, and then we'll attach the sleeve over here. Okay, we will attach the sleeve over here, and we will sew them that too. Okay, so that is how we are going to work. Okay, so I will sew everything together and I'll get back to you after that. And additionally I am going to do ribbing for the edges. Okay, that will give a finished look for the top. So hope you know what is ribbing. I have showed it in many videos, in my previous videos. You can check that link. Okay, for clearance. And I am going to do the ribbing for the neckline, 1 inch of ribbing for the neckline, and 1 inch for the top bottom, and also and for 2 inches for the sleeves here. Okay, so that is how I am going to do. So I'll meet you after doing everything. Okay, so if you so here we are, the top is now completed. So as you see, I have done the ribbing as well for the neck, for the sleeves, for both the sleeves the ribbing is done, and for the bottom part of the top. Okay, so the top is now completed. Hope you like this pattern, and if you need more detailed explanation of how I did this neckline or any doubts, you can please mention that in the comment, and I will post that in the next video. Okay, hope you like this top, and keep watching my channel for more updates and for more patterns. And thanks for watching. Hope you like the video, and please do like, share and subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye bye.